Let's talk about Xbox's no good, very bad February. Over the last couple of weeks, we started to hear rumblings and see reports that Xbox was considering bringing some of their biggest titles to PlayStation and Nintendo. And at first, we'd heard games like Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves, two games that seem to make a lot of sense and that actually do seem to be coming to other platforms. The reports went to another level when The Verge reported that Xbox was considering bringing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, one of their biggest games of the year, to PlayStation a few months after its launch on Xbox. But the rumors did not stop there. Starfield, Halo, Gears of War, all of these games were reportedly games that Microsoft was planning to make multi-platform. The social media meltdown was absolutely wild. We saw hardcore Xbox players say they were selling their consoles, people pulling over to the side of the road to live stream their reactions to the news while driving, and tons of conversation and speculation about what this means for the future of Xbox, to the point that tons of people were convinced that Microsoft was going to stop making consoles altogether. On Thursday's episode of the official Xbox podcast, Xbox's leadership team sat down to set the record straight and shared that the strategy shift isn't really a shift at all. 4 games are coming to other platforms, 2 community-based games and 2 smaller games, as a test and learn exercise for Xbox to see how games that have reached their full potential on Xbox can continue growing on other platforms. Now, Phil Spencer and the team are leaving these full reveals to the people working on these ports, but reports do suggest the 4 games are Grounded, Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi Rush, and Pentiment, and those make a lot of sense. But this lines up with what Xbox has always said about console exclusives. They handle exclusivity on a case-by-case basis, just as they have with games like Minecraft Dungeons and Minecraft Legends. If these 4 games are truly the games that Microsoft is bringing to other platforms, they all make sense. Sea of Thieves and Grounded are community-focused experiences that flourish when more players are diving in to play with their friends and see what these games have to offer. Hi-Fi Rush and Pentiment, especially Pentiment, are smaller experimental titles from major studios that are great additions to the Xbox Game Pass library and the Xbox catalog, but they've also run their course on Xbox. Bringing those smaller games to more people on more platforms not only makes those games more profitable for Microsoft, but it lets players enjoy these smaller games that they might have never played if they had just been stuck on Xbox. In fact, Phil himself said that bringing these games to more players is going to help fund potential sequels or other experimental games. So all of that's great, but now let's talk about what's not happening. Starfield and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle are not going multi-plat, and Xbox is not getting out of the hardware business. In fact, Sarah Bond confirmed that Xbox consoles deliver the most flagship, seminal experience of Xbox and gives developers a hardware target to shoot for when they're building their games. Plus, they also dropped a teaser that more news on the next Xbox hardware will be coming this holiday as part of what they call a robust and innovative multi-year hardware roadmap. So if you ever thought that Xbox was going to get out of the console business, that's going to be a no. The top comment on the podcast really captures the reaction the best. So basically, the internet blew this whole thing out of proportion. Social media feeds are a constant stream of first reactions and hot takes from people who, more often than not, have no idea what the truth of the situation might actually be. And that includes me. We hear news, react to the news, share our thoughts, and see what other people have to say. That's a cycle that feeds into itself over and over like a big game of internet telephone. By the time you hear the news, who knows how much truth there really is to the version that you get after it's made its way through the internet. Reaction-focused content creators also didn't help the situation. I saw videos covering Starfield coming to PlayStation 5 and Xbox getting out of the console market as if these things had already happened. There's a fine line to walk between creating eye-catching titles and thumbnails and talking about what's going on and lying to people about the news to keep them locked in on your content, and I saw a ton of people that went way too far. The gaming news media is also in an awkward spot. I have no doubt that there's truth reports that Microsoft was considering bringing some of their biggest games to other platforms, and I'd wager that those conversations have always happened and continue to happen on a regular basis as Xbox analyzes the market to better understand the opportunities that are out there for their business. But alongside these articles covering reports from reputable sources, you've also got articles that cover the gaming community's reaction to rumors, and editorial pieces talking about why a multi-platform strategy may or may not make sense for Xbox. That type of content isn't intentionally misleading, but seeing articles from well-known outlets speculate on the future based on unconfirmed reports and talk about what other people are saying makes these rumors feel more real than they have any right to be. For me, these last few weeks on the Xbox news roller coaster was a great reminder of the value of being patient, not overreacting, and unplugging from the conversation. Talking about the future and what could be possible is a core part of the online gaming community, but it's also an easy way to make yourself jump to conclusions when we have so many knee-jerk reactions coming at us from every angle and changing the way that we think about things. Social media can take a heavy mental toll, and some of the gaming conversations that I see online can suck the fun out of a hobby specifically designed to be fun. Now more than ever, I'd recommend spending less time scrolling social feeds that are packed with reactions from strangers talking about potential news and more time playing games. I've been doing that some more, and I don't think you'll regret it. But as always, I'd love to know what you think down below. Do you think Xbox is going to bring more of their games to other platforms? Would you play these 4 potential games if they do land on Switch and PlayStation? And what do you think about this conversation we've had over the past couple of weeks? It's been a wild ride. And of course, as always, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoy what you see or what you hear, hit that subscribe button on YouTube and get videos like this every week and gaming news shorts throughout the week to keep you in the loop. But I'll catch you on the next one.